Hello. Sorry. Some people hate that. Here I am, coming to you from bed because I'm in bed and I got up. I'm awake. I've been up for a couple hours, but I'm just chilling in bed because I'm in my pajamas and because I have my coffee, and sometimes I go sit out there, but today, sitting in here, it's comfortable. And people like me have a hard time being comfortable. And I just feel like chatting today to the universe because things are really interesting and out there, and everybody's acting bizarro, I would say. And people's emotions seem to be running really high. And in myself, I noticed that too. So what I'm doing to mitigate that is, just basic healthy lifestyle stuff. I say as I'm drinking coffee, like I'm still allowing myself 1 coffee a day. I'm not judging you if you drink more coffee than that at all. But for me, I know my body, and I have to limit myself to 1 a day. Right now, that's what I'm doing. So 1 coffee a day, and then herbal tea, and then I've been taking cold showers a lot. Weird, I know, but it really helps my inflammatory pain, and I've heard it's good for your immune system. I've been practicing deep breathing. I've been listening to calming music, meditative music, weird new agey stuff, things other people think is weird that I sometimes feel judged about my interest in, but right now I don't give a crap. So I'm just letting myself explore because these are the things that make me feel calm. And these are the things I used to go to back in like 2011, 12, 13 when I was really struggling with my health. And I seem to be back at that point of just, who gives a crap what anyone thinks? I have to take care of myself. You know, my chronic illness was 100%, I have to say, triggered by H1N1 or swine flu. I got it in 2009, and it was horrible, and I never got better. I have to say it. I never got better from swine flu. And that was, a decade ago, and it's interesting how things come back around the way they do, Sometimes I feel like everything's on a loop. I don't know if you listen to astrologers and stuff, but I do, and it all kind of makes sense. But you don't want to say all this makes sense because people are dying in mass amounts, and it's depressing and it's scary, and especially for those of us who are chronically ill, immunocompromised, whatever the hell, fragile, vulnerable. It's really, there's just a lot to process, And we are experts on survival, actually. And all this time, we've just been wanting people to give us more credit. Speaking for myself, but I'm saying we because I really feel this from others who are in a similar position to me. I feel that no one listens to them. People patronize them. People think they got sick because they don't know how to take care of themselves. When it's like, I was like this very health conscious person. I am a very health conscious person, but before I got sick chronically, I was like doing all the things, I did yoga, I rode my bike, meditated, I didn't drive a car. I rode my bike everywhere. I took the bus sometimes, but I rode my bike like everywhere. I did all my errands on my bike. I went to school on my bike. I went to work on my bike. That was just the kind of person I was. I wanted to just keep moving, and I still have that drive in me to move. So I have to work on being still. Stillness. Stillness seems like the lesson I'm supposed to learn. I don't know about everyone else, but I need to just chill, you know? And yeah, I used to make music all the time, and people know me for that, even though I never had much of a following. People close to me in my life, I guess, know me for that. Not these days, but people I used to be surrounded by more. And it's like, that's my identity, I guess. But there's so many other sides of my identity. And yeah, I'm gonna do music again at some point. I just don't know when. And I go through phases where I will play guitar a little here and there because I love playing music and it makes me feel good. But I don't really share it because, well, for one, right now it's been like a good month. It's been like honestly been like a good month, and maybe more. And I've been doing other artistic endeavors, and maybe I'll share them at some point. I guess I share them like on my private social media sometimes. Sometimes I don't. But I'm trying to get around that because I think, now especially, perhaps we're in a time where we need to be sharing our creativity. But I also think we need to it's cool to be artistic and creative and different, and I think it's really good that people are focusing on that a little bit more right now, or focusing on the things that bring them joy, and valuing our artists and our performers who make a living that way and cannot make a living right now because they're stuck at home. And I really feel for those people, even though it's not me. It could have been me if I stayed a healthy person, whatever. It could have been me. I could have been that person out doing gigs who has no source of income right now. I could have been in so many other positions. And I gotta say, this position is really scary too. Because, for one, I've got my medical cannabis coming, and I can't, the post delivery person isn't going to come now because it's ID required, so it has to go to the post office, so I'm going to have to send someone to go pick it up. Anyway, it's just complicating everyone's lives, and whatever, I'm on injections every day, so I need alcohol swabs, I need hand sanitizer. I'm okay if I have soap and water and I don't have to do it while I'm outside of the house, but I need those alcohol swabs. And I actually grabbed, when I saw what was going on in China, I went and grabbed, I needed some, so I bought an extra box, just one extra tiny box. So I don't know how long that's going to last me. And when I get to the point where I can't use them, I've got rubbing alcohol, I can use a cotton swab. And then when I run out of that, I'm just trying not to think about all this too hard. Like, just, let the thought drift away, whatever. It's like, you want to think ahead sometimes because you really want to plan for what your future self is going to have to deal with, right? Because you think about that. Like, what the hell is future me going to do when I wake up and I'm out of everything I need? I get it. But I really think in Canada we need to stores need to start rationing. I don't know, government needs to start enacting whatever. Like, people can't just go buy all the stuff and think of only themselves, and that's obvious. It's good to breathe. There just seems to be so much going on like social media. I'm not even watching the news. I'm on just maybe three different platforms, 4, I guess, including this. That's that. I don't use them all that often. One of them is one where I can't limit my audience. I won't go into where this is going on, but I'm just getting harassed by saying things like, please wash your hands. Like, I mean, just, like, it's common sense. Like, why are you picking on me because I'm sharing common sense? And I, like, said one thing. I'm barely saying anything, is the truth. And I guess this is a time where I will replay things in my head, like understandings I've had with friends and people, and this is me, and this is a problem I have where I don't let things go, and I hold grudges, and I feel hurt, and I feel hurt by people, and I'm wounded, and I'm attached to my wounds. There was an article I read when I was in university, like 10 years ago, and it was called Wounded Attachments. It's by Wendy Brown. It's just nobody knows about this stuff unless they were in, I think I read about this in critical sexuality studies. Could have been like gender studies. I don't know. Actually, I know it was critical sexuality studies. But anyways, everything's changed in university, and I don't even know what the programs are or what's going on anymore, but I was good at it back in the day, and it's been like a decade. And anyways, I'm rambling. I'm going off on a tangent. But people are really attached to their wounds, is my point. So anytime you've been hurt, it's like you're carrying that around. And I guess that's PTSD. And I guess that's trauma. And I guess I don't know what I'm getting at, but I think that's what people need to be working on right now, or that's at least what I mean, I don't know for anyone but myself, actually, so I shouldn't say that. I am only speaking for myself. What I need to work on right now is letting go. It's really weird because my mom does public speaking, and I've like razzed her for doing public speaking because I've been like, why don't you just be happy in your retirement? Why do you need to like take on all these big endeavors? Like, she's been doing Toastmasters, and so now she's part of this speaking group, and she has, I'm not gonna promote it because it doesn't even matter. You can probably figure it out, but it's just like this little motivational speech. It's like a TED Talk, basically. It's not a TED Talk, but it's different, it's not, same idea. But it really helped me watching my mom's public speaking, because it was about letting go, and that's like my fucking problem, and that's what she's always trying to tell me, and I'm always like, what? Like, I don't listen. But then she puts it in this 5-minute presentation, and I'm like, oh. So I watched it like 4 times. I'm gonna watch it again. But it's weird because it's bringing me back around, back in tune with like all the things I cared about when I was, I guess, socially distancing myself before, because I got hit really hard with swine flu. Hilarious. And then it was just a cascade of symptoms after that. Then I was diagnosed with, over the next few years, hypermobile EDS, Chiari malformation, 6 years trying to get surgery. Since swine flu, I've had POTS, really bad POTS, postural orthostatic tachycardia. So that means when you stand up, your heart rate like jumps. Does YouTube still have a cap where you can only upload 15-minute videos? Or is that like a decade ago and I'm just having a time lapse? Anyways, maybe I'll stop talking. Maybe I'll do another part to this, but I think I'm going to upload this one just because, I don't know, I'm going to put some output out there and tell people where I'm at. And please take care of yourselves right now. Thank you. Bye.